All right. So there is something I want to talk about really quickly. We have to stop letting fear of haters and people that don't want to see us succeed punk us out of going to our promise. One thing we always talk about in the church world, we always say to people, oh, you know the story of Joseph. Don't share your dreams with everybody. Don't share your vision with everybody. And that is true. You have to be really discerning about who you're going to share your dream with. That's real talk. But the issue is we focus so much on what you don't do and don't share your dreams with everybody because people are going to try and stop you and want to throw you in a pit. The reality is that's going to happen anyway. Sometimes people can look at you and see the anointing on your life and want to stop you. That's going to happen anyway. You're always going to have haters and people that don't want to see you succeed. But what we don't talk about enough is, and something I want to say to you all, stop letting that punk you out of moving towards your promise. People are always going to be, people that don't want to see you succeed are always going to be there. But here's what we have to talk about. With the story of Joseph, we're going to talk about the story of Joseph and the warnings of Joseph. Can we talk about the blessing of how powerful God is? When you are in the flow with God, when you are obedient with God, when you are doing what you are supposed to do and you are focused on God, God will even take the haters and what they try to do to you and use that to get you to your promise. So when you are in the flow with God, when you are obedient with God, when you are doing what you are supposed to do and you are focused on God, God will even take the haters and what they try to do to you and use that to get you to your promise. So there is nothing that can stop God's plan for your life. There's nothing that can stop God's purpose for your life. Not one person. The only person that can stop God's plan for your life is you. So when we talk about the warnings of Joseph, can we please talk about the fact that Joseph stayed faithful, that Joseph stayed focused, that Joseph stuck with God, even when people were throwing him in the pit and when people were not telling the truth on him. And all of that, God used all of that to get him to the top of the palace. God will use literally everything. If you are in the flow with God, you are connected with God, God will use all of that to get you to where you need to be. Nothing stops the promise of God in your life. All of God's promises are yes and amen. So don't set your dream to the side because you're afraid of haters that will throw you into a pit because you talk about your dream. Don't not celebrate your accomplishments because you're afraid of haters that will try and dog you out because of it. They're going to be there regardless. You will always have people that are like Joseph's brother that will be jealous of you and try and throw you somewhere. But if you are connected with God, nothing stops the plan and move of God in your life. So please go forth with that dream that you've had in your soul and in your heart for years, and stop letting the fear of other people and what they might do stop you from living and stop you from fulfilling your purpose. It's not necessary. When God is attached to it and when you are attached to God, it will all work for your good.